Hello and welcome to your Broken Galaxy. Today I'm going over my next fight in my 128 Star Wars character tournament, Bail Organa vs. Mirax Terrik. For anyone who doesn't know, Mirax Terrik is a character that was pretty prominent throughout the X-Wing series of books. Honestly, this one is a bit convoluted. I don't know how I get them both in the same place, but here we go. Bail Organa finds his ship has been damaged and orders his pilot to pull into the nearest space dock for repairs. He gets out and says, "Hello, I would like to pay for your repair services. If it could expedite our service, then we would gladly pay extra." And Mirax says, "Sure thing, but who are you exactly?" And he says, "Oh, I'm Bail Organa." And she says, "Really? Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that since you're a senator in the Imperial Senate, that you are my enemy." And Bail is like, "What? No, I'm not your enemy." So she takes out her leather glove and slaps him with it. Right in the face. "My dear Dockmaster, I am not your enemy," he insists, and she backhands him with the glove. "All right," Bail says, "a challenge has been issued. I will defend myself." So he ends up pulling a pair of knuckle dusters out of his coat's inside pocket. And Mirax is like, "Oh, so that's how it's gonna be." And she grabs the biggest wrench that someone her size could possibly hope to wield in a battle. "That is exactly how it's going to be," he says, while he grabs a second pair of knuckle dusters and puts it on his other hand. She swings at him, and he ducks to the blow, quickly striking back at her in her lower abdomen. She buckles over in pain, drops the wrench, says, "Oh, gosh, you definitely broke some ribs." "Oh, no, I'm so sorry, my lady," Bail says. But Mirax, unbeknownst to Bail, grabs a tin of used motor oil sitting next to her and flung it into his face. "Ah, how do you like that, pretty boy?" she said. "Well, my 10,000 credit suit is ruined, but it's all right. I have an identical one on the ship." Mirax, in envy, says, "You disgust me." And she says, "Well, if we're going to keep this fight up, then let's go." She grabs a handful of bolts sitting on the counter next to her and throws them at Bail, then charges in. He raises his hand in order to protect his face, and she spears him in the stomach with her shoulder, knocking him to the floor. She grabs at his lapel, but Bail hits her with a quick jab. She falls off of him, screaming and then spitting out a tooth. "I'm terribly sorry. These weapons are incredibly effective, you see," Bail says. "So is this," she says, spitting blood in his face. "How barbaric," he responds, right before she kicks at his crotch. However, he steps out of the way, executing a low block to divert the kick, and then hit her in the kidney with a right shot. "Oh, gosh," she said, falling to the ground and spitting up blood. Not blood from her mouth now, but blood from deeper inside. "Please stop," Bail said. "I'm begging you, give up." "Never. You Imperials always try to stamp down the working man, but I'm not going to take it anymore. I support your right as an independent businesswoman. Please leave me alone." "Time to die, imp," she says. "What are you talking about?" Bail screams. She grabs a handrail next to herself and pushes a button, removing the shields on the hangar and quickly pulling Bail and his ship out of the air dock, along with 5 innocent workers, as well as hundreds of thousands credits worth of tools and appliances. She hits the button a second time, sealing the room, and after a moment of repressurization, takes a deep breath. "Well," she says, "he was an incredibly skilled and patient combatant. Maybe he wasn't my enemy. Yeah, well, better get to the hospital." So there you go, Mirax Terrik. The smuggler is victorious over Bail Organa, the senator. Honestly, I wasn't too thrilled with this one. These two characters don't actually seem to have anything that would make this a funny fight, so that's just kind of what you got to deal with in this tournament. But some of the fights will be better than others. If you would like a say in who wins these fights, you can join my Patreon. Links in the description below. Other than that, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and all that garbage.